What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Blizzo Brasco, baby. This is Growing Up Black Part 5. This is the mini series that I'm bringing y'all, telling various stories about growing up and the effects that it had on me as an African American male growing up in the South. Now, if you missed Part 4, it is linked in the description. To my new subs, welcome. But to my old subs, my OG subs, I didn't mean to call y'all old. My OG subs, my notification squad, and my 360p players, what's going on, and welcome back, baby. So, last story, I'm not gonna get too much into it, because if you didn't see it, you need to go down there and watch it. Click part 4 in the description. But in my last story, I did talk about when I was 13 and the effects that me having a crush on a white female had on me and some of my friends. So now we're gonna stay in that same age range, and I'm gonna talk about when I unexpectedly in the 8th grade had to move to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Now, before I get into the story, the gameplay you're looking at is a team deathmatch. We on the 100 map. I'm using the KN44. You see I got the diamond camels on there, looking so mean with my little custom tribal print on the side of the gun. Yeah, that's right, I did that myself. Thank you. I know it's dope. So anyways, 8th grade, about a month in the 8th grade, just was getting settled into my classes and everything. I ended up having to move to Myrtle Beach. Now, I don't want to really get into the reasons why I had to move, but we had to move. Now, I actually was living in a city right outside of Myrtle Beach called Conway, South Carolina. But I went to school in Myrtle Beach because the school in Conway that I was supposed to go to was full. So I had to go to school in Myrtle Beach. So I rode a bus every morning from where I lived at to Myrtle Beach to go to my school. You know, the name of the school was Carolina Forest Middle School. So anybody's watching this video right now that went to Carolina Forest, what's going on? You probably don't remember me because I wasn't there long enough for you to remember me. But yeah. So anyways, so that was about a 20-minute ride every morning, man. So my first day at the school, I noticed something strange, something that I had never seen before. I noticed that, first of all, there was only, out of the total population of the 8th grade, probably only about 5, maybe 6% of them were black. Okay, not a huge deal. But what caught me off guard, what I noticed, that the first thing off the bat, what I noticed, because, you know, we have, like, I don't want to call it recess, because by the time you get to middle school, you don't really have recess anymore. I'm going to call it rec time. Just, you had a little rec time, recreational time in the morning before class started. So everybody would be outside playing basketball or throwing the football, talking. The girls was double dutching and, you know, playing with each other's titties. And like, oh, you have breasts now. What size bra do you wear? But what was crazy was that all the white kids would hang out with the white kids, and all the black kids hung out with the black kids. Now, I had never seen nothing like that before. You know, the school I came from, you know, everybody just hung out with everybody. Like, it wasn't really like a, you know, you're white, you hang out with white, you're black, or you're Hispanic or whatever. No one like that. That was your friend, whatever. You know, whether it was lunch or gym or class or whatever, everybody was just cool with everybody. But at this school, everybody was just like, you're white, you hang out with these kids. If you're black, you hang out with these kids. And I never saw nothing like that before, man. It was kind of confusing to me. So I didn't really know how to begin to make friends. Not only because I've always been like a kind of, you know, observant person. I stand back and observe people before I just, you know, jump into a friendship or jump into a conversation with them. But because it was just like, wow, I mean, do I talk to these kids or those? Like, who? I don't know what to do. You know, so for like 3 days straight, you know, in the mornings, I just kind of would be by myself. Like, I would just stand off to the side by myself, you know, watch the kids play basketball. And, you know, at lunchtime, I sat by myself. Like, it was really strange, because not only was it my first time, like, you know, as a teenager being the new kid, quote unquote, but it was just like I didn't understand the segregation thing that they had going on at that school. So finally, like my second week there was a group of kids that I didn't notice, and this group of kids had a mixture of races, so it was a little more, you know, familiar to me. And finally they asked me, they were like, hey, you know, do you play basketball? And I'm like, yeah, I play basketball. He's like, well, yeah, you can come play with us. So finally, I was playing basketball with these guys, and they all introduced themselves to me, and they were all a cool bunch of guys. Like, they were awesome, and we played basketball every morning, and they became the group of people that I hung out with when I was at the school. And they finally told me, it was like, hey, that's how it is here. The preps, as they called them, all hung out with each other. Those were all like the kids with a little more money or whatever hung out with each other. Then you had the black kids, and then you had these guys that I was hanging out with. And to me, it was a blessing that I met these dudes, because it was more comfortable for me. Because I'd never been the type to just, oh, I'm black, so I'm gonna just hang out with black kids. Or, I was never that type of guy. I always just, either I like you or I don't. So, but it was just really, really foreign to me, man. But I didn't stay at that school very long, because I ended up moving back where I am now towards the end of the school year. Things just didn't work out up there. I ended up moving back down here, but I'll never forget that experience, man, because it was different. It was different seeing that, and unfortunately in South Carolina, with the exception of the city I live in and a couple other cities, there are still places that are like that. It's like black and white, and it sucks, but that's the way it is, man. It really does suck, but that's the way, it is down here, especially down here in the South. I'm just, like I said, I'm blessed that I live in a city where, it's not as black and white, quote unquote, as it is a lot of places in the South, man. But anyways, if y'all enjoyed that story and you want me to continue with the Growing Up Black series, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment below. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. And I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.